Hey guys, what's going on? Matthew or MP Brick Studios here, back with another LEGO video here on the channel. And today we're going to be talking about something a little different than I usually do. Today we are going to be talking about LEGO Marvel. And not just Marvel, we're going to be talking about the entire wave of Infinity War. So let's get into it. And starting with the sets, of course, on the smallest, we have the Outrider Dropship Attack. This one came with the Space Stone and 4 minifigures. I think it was a great deal. I think it was $10 back in the day. I liked it a lot. It wasn't the best, but it was alright. Just a nice little build with a few little play features, and of course the stone was the main draw of it. I ended up buying 2 of these for some reason. I guess I wanted an Outrider army. You know, couldn't go for Clone Troopers or anything Ninjago. Had to go for Outriders. And the minifigures are great too. So let's get on to the next one. And the next one is the Thor's Weapon Quest. This came with Groot, Thor, and Rocket. Nice little build. I didn't really care for the, the weapon actual builder thing. I'm not even sure what it's called. The, forge little thing. Not really a big fan of that, but it did have a nice little tray for the weapon. And, of course, a little spot for the Infinity Stone on it as well. Then I think what was the main draw for me was, of course, the minifigures and the stone, but out of the builds, I liked the little flyer. Not sure what it's called, but I know it connects to the Guardian ship. So that was nice. I enjoyed playing with that a lot. So let's get on to the next one. And the next one is the Hulkbuster here. I'm not exactly sure what the name of the set is, but it came with a little cannon thing to attack the Hulkbuster and the Hulkbuster itself. You got another Outrider. Of course, this came with the Soul Stone, and I didn't care a ton for the Hulkbuster. It was a nice build. I liked playing with it and doing the hand smasher thing. You could whack it down on the front of the cannon and it would break off. So that was cool. Minifigures are good as well. And don't worry about the minifigures. I will be getting to them later on. They're just gonna be in person. I'm doing all the sets separately because I don't have them built up currently. But this one was alright. It was a good build and I enjoyed it pretty well. So yeah, it's an alright set, but we can get on to the next one. And next up we have this Wakanda Fortress thing. I was never a huge fan of this one. It was actually the last one I got. Probably my favorite part of this is, of course, the minifigures, but overall build, I liked the little saw launcher thing. That was cool. I liked pressing down on that. It felt really good to press down on it. But most of the build was not something I cared for. I still displayed it, still had battles out front, but I never really touched the thing. It was just there to be there and part of the scene. I just had the battles outside of it. So yeah, some of the build was alright. It was definitely not the most enticing one for me, but the biggest part that I liked of it was, of course, the stone, because that was what you were collecting at the time, and 4 good minifigures that I think were all exclusive. I'm not sure, or they're all exclusive for the wave at least. But yeah, it's nice to get those, but I think that's all I have to say about this set. So we can get on to the next one. And next up we have the Guardians ship. Not sure exactly what, I think it's called Thanos Ultimate Battle, maybe. But this one was interesting. It came with the Gauntlet and the Reality Stone. I definitely enjoyed a lot of the minifigures. Of course, Thanos being a big fig, but getting him, Gamora, and Peter Quill was nice. No mask or helmet thing for Peter, but that's fine. Star-Lord, I guess. And then Iron Man was great. He was not exclusive, actually. He was one of the one figures not exclusive to a set. And again, when I say exclusive to a set, I mean like exclusive for the wave. So, like Iron Man came in another wave as well. Like for example, for the last one, Vision came in another wave. So that's what I mean, just exclusive for the wave. But with the actual build, I definitely liked it a lot. A lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. This was my first one I believe I purchased. And it's a great one. I loved playing with it. You also had the little ship from the other one that you could attach to it. And yeah, overall, I really liked this set. It was a lot of fun to play with. Had some great minifigures. Overall, it came from a great scene in the movie. Maybe it would have been nice to have some of those minifigures crossed in this set and the set they came in, like Spider-Man or Doctor Strange, which we'll talk about in the next set. But yeah, I definitely love this set, so we can get on to the next one. And the final one being the Sanctum Sanctorum. I think this building was great. I love what they did, also putting in Spider-Man's apartment, Peter's apartment. That was great. I don't think they're really close together in the movies. Not this close at least. The little pizza shop was fun. I liked that you could like make it one long piece where they're both facing the same direction, or you could put them back to back, or you could even make it a corner piece. So you could do a lot with it. It definitely could fit in a Lego city. Really, the new Sanctum is a lot better, but this was great for the time. And also some great minifigures and details, which we'll talk about the minifigures later, as I said. But I definitely loved all the details inside of the Sanctum itself. Peter's apartment, not so much. That wasn't very cool. I didn't really care for it. It's nice that we got it, but it was just a weird little add-on. And my favorite part of this set was probably the scaffolding, or like the, I don't even know what it's called, where you can stand on the side of the building with those like black bar pieces. So that was fun. And I think that's really all I have to say about this set. So we can get on to the minifigures now. And just to start off with what everyone knows is included in the sets, we're going to be talking about the Infinity Stones first. So basically, this is why everyone who bought them, this is why they bought them, and what I'm basically going to be talking about in this video is, was it a good idea? So starting with the stones, was it a good idea to buy every set just to get every stone? Honestly, I think it was. We didn't think that it was going to come in any other set, especially not a $16 mech that it did later. I mean, there was no apparent reason why they would do that. Sure, it's bad now. I mean, it's not terrible, but maybe I could have gotten them in other ways instead of buying every set, save some money, buy the whole sprue for like $4 on Bricklink, which may sound like a lot, but really, I mean, that's better than buying every single set. So I probably could have done something better, but of course, you know, I gotta go out and get every set, right? You know, that's the cool thing to do, right? But honestly, I mean, I'll tell you at the end of the video, I don't really regret it a ton, but for the stones, maybe it wasn't the best idea. And now on the minifigures section, I am going to be doing this a little differently than I usually do. I'm not going to do super close up. I will bring them in, but I'm not going to talk about their detail too much. Starting with the Outrider. This is actually the only Outrider I have left. I have sold every other Outrider I own. Because I just didn't want them. So this was actually a Commander. I don't know if it's a Commander, but like these things were on it. So I had to swap it out and give the arms. But yeah, this is the only one I have left, and I don't regret it. So, next up, we have Star-Lord here. Probably one of the most disappointing figures because it's not, they didn't give him a helmet, no leg printing, which he could have used just a little bit. But overall, I had fun with this guy. I liked him a lot. Next up, we have Gamora. Definitely a lot of good detail on her. I liked her detail a lot. Nice faces as well. She came with some Ninjago katanas. And yeah, I think this is a great one. Next up, we have Vision. Not really going in any order. I'm kind of just grabbing them. This is the one with the yellow dot there with the actual color. This is a great Vision minifigure. Same as we got before, except he got the yellow dot. And I think that actually was introduced for Civil War as well. So there's him. Liked his detail a lot as well. Next up, we'll get back to Guardians here. We have Rocket. Great. I loved his molded headpiece. It kind of made him a little taller than, you know, being short. Because of how it sits on there. It doesn't go super low. It is actually taller than you'd think. And same with the tail. That makes him taller as well. Like getting that piece. And yeah, I think it looks great. Next up, we have Groot here. Another Guardian. I think this guy came as a keychain, and I think he looked better in the keychain. So I'm going to grab that and look at that. Scratch that, he does not look better as a keychain. I think he actually looks worse. But I like the molded headpiece, that was nice. And no leg printing, I didn't like that. But I think it was overall fine detail, especially for the torso. Oh man, a little arm crack there. But next up, from the same set, we have Thor. I did modify his accessory, but that's just an accessory. That's not really what we're here for. I wish he got a cape. That was my only problem. I gave him one myself, but I do still wish he had a cape. But nice armor. I liked it overall in the movie, and it looks good translated to the minifigure. And then the lightning eyes. This guy looks great. I always loved having him on the lightning eyes. That was cool. So yeah, at the time, I think he was probably my favorite in the movie because of, maybe not my favorite. I think I like Spider-Man in the movie better. But I definitely liked his role in it a lot and how powerful he looked and everything. So this definitely conveys that. And next up we have Captain America. Interesting. It's another Captain America. I never cared for him too much. Nice beard printing and everything. Liked getting this hair. It was a nice hairpiece. Looks like him and everything. It works. But I never liked the dull colors. Like, it's just so dull compared to other ones. Nice shiny red, though, but not super bright. Then on the back, yeah, still, overall, not a super bright color, and not what Captain America used to be. Next up, we've got Black Widow from the same set. I like the sand green. That was kind of cool. Nice, like, armored kind of vest thing and just some straps around her legs. Nice detail. And I think the face print is the same as what we had gotten before, so nothing really new there. And then this hairpiece, I never liked this hairpiece for her. It was so weird, but I guess it does fine. Next up, we've got another original, or not original, but, you know, we've got Falcon here. I love the brick built one because you could actually flap it. That was cool. Stickered all over. And then I don't know if it was supposed to, but I think I modified it to always have this come off or something like that. I had to unmodify it for this video. And then I'm missing the little cones. I can easily get those, but I'm missing them right now. And then his other face print is no goggles on, which actually I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't remember that face. Maybe I've never really used it. But yeah, I love playing with this figure. This was one of my favorite ones to play with. So I like him a lot. But then next up we've got Bruce, not the Hulk. We've got Bruce here, which as a kid, sure, yeah, it was great, accurate. But as a kid, I would have liked Hulk better because, you know, he can actually do something. But this guy always just stayed in the Hulkbuster. I never cared to take him out. I did like the kind of green eyes trying to power up, but yeah, that was nice. Next up, we have Shuri here. She is, she's nice. I always thought her hairpiece was weird. That was weird. I liked the orange jacket. That was kind of cool. And then these blasters. This was before I got Iron Baron from Ninjago. So I actually took one of these from her early on and gave it to another hunted figure and kind of made an Iron Baron. So that's something I have a memory of, and I like that. But they're nice little pieces. I like them a lot. So not too much to say about her. She does have an alternate face. And yeah, she's a cool one to get. But let's move on. Next up, we have Black Panther. I don't know why there's not leg printing. I would have liked leg printing. More lines, more details, and especially foot printing. That would have been great. A ton of figures in this wave get just plain black legs. Like, I can bring in a ton of figures that just have plain black legs for this wave. And I guess it makes sense for Bruce here. I guess it works for Falcon. Proxima Midnight here it works for, but the rest, honestly, I feel like they should have had something better. But overall, a pretty good figure, and I definitely liked playing with this one. So let's get on to the next figure. Here we've got Proxima Midnight. I always thought her gold arm was weird. And she was never really one I cared for. She was nice to have and have all the figures and stuff, but yeah, not one I ever really cared for. But I will say that even after they turned the stones into not a really good collectible, I am still very happy with purchasing every single one, especially with the figures I'm about to show you, because, like, I like these figures so much that it's just, like, it makes up for it. And they're even expensive, too. Now, Corvus Glaive is not included in these figures. Sorry, I forgot about him, but I never cared for him either. He was never really cool to me. But we got him, and he's there. So, there he is. I have his legs separated because he's somewhat expensive. My friend told me that he is, so there you go. Next up, we have an Iron Man minifigure. This includes the little jetpack thing. I like that we were getting the screen for in his mask, which that was probably the best part of this figure for me. I liked using the little bits in his hands to attack Thanos. My favorite thing to do was to take him, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Star-Lord, and Gamora, and attack Thanos. That was pretty much my favorite scene to make happen, I think, when they were on his home planet. And speaking of Thanos, here he is, with the fully kitted out gauntlet here with all the stones. These are all collected stones. I got all these from different sets, and yeah, turned them into this. This is pretty good. It's more like a comic looking one than it is the real movie one, but I was perfectly fine with it, and I always loved his butter knife, so that was cool. Next up we have, I think this is Cole Obsidian. I think that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. And I always liked having, I think I still have it. Let me grab it for a second. Now, my favorite thing to do with this figure was actually from the Wakanda battle. So we're going to remove his weapons here and remove this hand. Now we're going to put on this piece that is from the Hulkbuster. I did modify it a little bit, and it's supposed to be like when he flew off. I guess I'll turn it and put it this way, and it'll fly him away. So that was my favorite part of this figure. I love doing that. That was just my favorite part. So there's that. That's what I like doing with him. But overall, he is a cool figure. Nice to have him, and I am very happy to have him. But next up, we have Ebony Maw. Last of the kind of mediocre minifigures. He's definitely the best of the Children of Thanos. I never really cared for the others. They didn't talk much, but he was cool. Like doing like magic looking things with him. I was a little beaten up. I guess I played with this guy enough. And I like the little yellow power blast. That was a cool piece to get. And his robes were always cool to me. I used them for different figures back in the day. So yeah, that was a good one. But now on to the best figures in my opinion. And there are two. We have Doctor Strange and we have Spider-Man. Now Spider-Man also came with the forearm piece, which I will show you right now. That's what he looks like with that on. And this is, once I found out he was expensive, this is how I protected him. I like put his arms forward and put these on there, because now like nothing can touch his arms, nothing can touch his torso. He can just like roll around and nothing will happen. But since then I have realized I like this figure too much. Honestly, this is probably one of the last things I could play with and still really enjoy it and stay with it. So I'm just gonna leave him how I like him, and I'm gonna put him wherever I want him in my room. So he's been hanging out on a set up there. I don't remember which one, but he's been hanging out, you know, in the city and everything. But I love his arm printing. He was always one of my favorites to play with. Again, fighting Thanos and everything. And then Doctor Strange as well was one of my favorites. What I loved doing was taking the little Power Blast pieces and making his magic, which I'll grab that and do that for you. So the parts I always used were these two. You got this little one where it's like hitting a wall or something, and then this one that's just straight out. And basically what I would do is, I don't have one of the like changer things to make it be like this, one of those adapters, but I always had him hold this like a shield. Here, if I can get it in there. Hold on, there you go. And then this was the sword. That's what always stuck out to me. I always liked when he did this. So yeah. This hairpiece is also very nice. I enjoy it a lot. It's a nice one. This is, I believe, what makes this figure expensive. The other one is not as expensive, and he has just a different hairpiece. Oh, there it goes. There goes the expensive hairpiece. So yeah, this was definitely one of the best parts of the figure. But I definitely loved playing with these two the most. Probably Spider-Man is the standout figure to me of the wave, and personally my favorite. But if I had to pick two favorites, I would pick these two. One, probably Spider-Man. So yeah, let's get on to my overall thoughts. So in the end, is it a good idea that I bought every single set just to get these puny little pieces of plastic that I probably could have bought online for just a few bucks? Honestly, I think so. Now that I look at it in a different way, and I have all these amazing figures, I am very, very happy that I did it. I love playing with these, I have great memories of it, and I am very happy that I did. So, with that, I want to thank you for watching this video. It is a little different from what I usually do, so I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.